up, everyone? It's Diecastbuffet here again, guys. We have the Martin Truex Jr. 2024 Bass Pro Shops Memory Lane paint scheme. This is throwing back to his 2017 NASCAR Cup Series Championship car, but on the next-gen Camry. Let's check it out. And here we go, folks, with one of the coolest Martin Truex Jr. paint schemes he's ever ran, honestly. This is a throwback to his 2017 championship. It's officially called the Bass Pro Shops Memory Lane Toyota Camry. Now, what's interesting is he also had another paint scheme in 2024 that was a throwback. That was to his first ever Cup start in 2004. That one's the Bass Pro Shops Legacy Toyota Camry, which is kind of funny because there's a team called Legacy that runs Toyota Camrys, but it's completely different. So, anyways, what an awesome looking paint scheme here too. Well, you could say the peak of his career, winning the championship. I mean, how many people truly thought he was going to win a championship in like 2010 or something? So awesome to see how he just continued to get better and better and better. And man, what a Hall of Famer for sure. First ballot. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get the diecast out of the box. I'll be right back. And here we go, folks, with today's diecast review. And what a awesome looking paint scheme. You know, it's really difficult at times to make a paint scheme from the Gen 6 era to be able to be, you know, adapt over to the Gen 7 car, and honestly, they did a phenomenal job doing so to the Furniture Row Racing 78 car from 2017. Of course, picked this one up from our good friends at Circle B Diecast. They have both of those Martin Truex Jr. cars we mentioned, the Legacy, the Atlanta 2004 start car, and the Homestead one. You can go ahead and tap in while supplies last, fellas, over there at Circle B. Use promo code Diecastbuffet. You don't have to, fellas, but allows you to save money on shipping. So this paint scheme is a great adaptation, I think, from the Gen 6 to Gen 7, and really, really good job. You got Truex right there on the front windscreen with a Toyota badge. Got Johnny Morris Bass Pro Shops Club. I like how the club has a similar orange to the rest of the car. I believe this ran at Homestead, if memory serves me correct, and the Atlanta car actually ran at Phoenix, and he won the pole for that Phoenix race, which was really, really cool. I got Camry right there on the front of the Hammerhead style Toyota Camry nose. Got the number 19, Sunoco, and Joe Gibbs Racing. And Truex had such an amazing career. It's really a shame he was unable to get a win in his final year, but that happens. I mean, Jimmy Johnson didn't win in his final year. Richard Petty didn't win in his final year. Jeff Gordon, he almost didn't win in his final year. If you remember, he had to wait all the way till Martinsville, which I think was the second or third to last race of the year. That entire season, we slowly were like, okay, Gordon's not going to win. And then they go to Martinsville in the fall and he freaking wins it, man. And it does happen, right? I mean, Rusty Wallace in 2005, he went out. He didn't win in his final year. Dale Jarrett, same thing. You have all these Hall of Fame drivers that just sometimes it just doesn't work out, whether you're in great equipment or not so great equipment. I mean, Dale Jr., you know what I'm saying? He didn't even, he had opportunities, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Kevin Harvick, I mean, literally was like, 2 or 3 feet away from winning Talladega in the fall of 2023. It's just part of it. So my point is, and why I mentioned that, it's not a knock on a driver's career to not win in your final year. Sure, you want to, but I mean, it's just, sometimes it's not realistic. Got NASCAR Cup Series right there. Good year. Got the Martin Truex Jr. signature, which looks really, really sharp. Got Auto Owners Assurance. Got Interstate Batteries, Tracker ATVs, and boats. Got Reesers. True Timber Camo. Got Bass Pro Shops. You have the really interesting, the orange side skirts on the rocker box for the the next gen car. That's definitely different. Got Mobil One oil there. Toyota, whatever the biff that is, and I'm not sure what the two middle decals are. I'm not sure. Got Joe Gibbs Racing there. Got number 19. Go to the back panel of the car. Got the number 19 once again. Bass Pro Shops, Tracker Boats and ATVs. Toyota Camry, Mobil One. Very, very sharp. I love the 2024 style Toyota Camrys. They did a great job designing it, in my honest opinion. And it's interesting how, like, Truex, he's been around the sport for so long, and all the different generations of cars and everything. I mean, he was at Dale Earnhardt Inc. and he drove the COT, got his first win in 07. Then he goes to MWR, and NWR they just kept getting better and better every year. His first year there was 2010. And, Rudiman gets that win at Chicagoland. 2011 comes around. They take a little bit of a step back, and then 2012, they're just rolling, right? They're just rolling. Truex gets that win in 2013. Then everything goes crazy at Richmond in the fall of, or not fall, but technically late summer of 2013. And it really derailed his career, and it could have ended his career, to be honest with you, because he went to the 78 car and, for the most part, struggled a lot in 2014. But let me tell you, he didn't give up. He kept going. 2015 came around, and I remember this is when I knew, or I didn't know, but this was the first time I really noticed how freaking good Truex could be. I was watching the Vegas race, I think it was 2015, and it was the spring race, and I want to say it was the third or fourth event of the year. This is back when they did the West Coast Swing, I think. And DW, who was in the booth for the Fox team, and he mentioned, how about that 78 car? And they were showing it, and he was running like, I think, top 15, top 10, which was like, that would be like a Rick Ware racing car running top 5 on pure speed. That's how like shocking it was to see this team struggle so much in 2014, and then out of the woods, they're running that good at a very difficult racetrack, that being Las Vegas, which, traditionally is the Penske's, the Gibbs, the Hendricks that dominate those style events. And ever since that moment, they really looked at the 78 car Furniture Row Racing in a different light. That was like, wow, they have arrived. And sure enough, about a gajillion wins later, they had one of the most incredible runs from I'd say it really started 2015 because they did win Pocono. To 2015 to 2018, man, one of the greatest runs, I think, for a single car team. Technically, they weren't a single car team in 2017, but, you know what I'm trying to say. Got the number 19 right there on the roof. Got BassPro.com, Truex, got Cabela's, and you have some associate sponsors on the deck lid, which I always thought that was interesting why they put them there, because it's kind of a difficult area to see the car. If you're watching on TV, you're probably not going to be able to see it. And then it's also reversed. So if you're watching like a rear TV camera, you're not going to be able to see it. The only place you would actually see them is if their camera was put behind the clear spoiler, you might be able to see it. So kind of a little bit confused about that, but you know what? I think it's cool to see them do it in different areas on the car. And I'll end my point on Truex's career on this, and I think this is something that is really lost within it. He was a late bloomer in terms of NASCAR statistics. He went from full-time, it was 2006 to 2012, he had one career win, right? If you looked around at any NASCAR forum around that time, most people would say Truex was above average driver. No one had any idea he was that good in the Cup Series, and he had to get better. Obviously, he had to get better equipment, but what I'm trying to get at is just because a driver struggles in their first 10 years or maybe only 1 or 2 wins does not mean they can't have a Hall of Fame career, because Truex broke the mold. He went out there and had an unbelievable run at Toyota post MWR and completely changed his career and won so many freaking races, man. I mean, he was literally the 1.5 mile king for like 2016 and 2017 and 2018. Every other week, the 78 car was winning a 1.5 mile. The Chicagolands, the Kentuckys, the Kansas, the Charlotte, whatever it was. It was so much fun. And I feel for the Truex fans because he's retired, and I don't know where they go. Do they become, Chase Briscoe fans? Obviously, we're still going to get, I think, his 2025 car. That one's going to get made in 164 scale. He'll probably make one more start, I would imagine, somewhere. He's too likable and popular as a driver for him not to be able to come back and do a one-off start or whatnot. But I'm kind of curious where the Truex fans go. But yeah, what a career, man. I think his story of all the ups and downs in his career were just really fascinating, and it's just I'm so glad he got that championship, and he had an amazing career, because 2013, that Richmond thing was just so unfortunate, man. I remember watching that race live, and nobody had any idea how significant that event would be. And you could make an honest case it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because he would have never gotten the opportunity probably to go to Gibbs, because Carl Edwards was there. There was rumors Greg Biffle might have went to Gibbs. You never know what could have changed in the NASCAR silly season. So it all worked out, and that's what's fantastic. Thank you all for watching this video, all you Martin Truex Jr. fans out there. I know how you feel, because Dale Jr. for me retired, and I was fortunately a Chase Elliott fan before Junior retired, so I kind of had someone to cheer for. And now I have Kyle Larson to chase up. That's my main two. But I like probably 30 drivers in the field, to be honest with you. So I'm just a fan of the sport, really. But I'm kind of curious, if you're a Truex fan, comment down below who y'all cheering for in 2025. That's all for now. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching the video. I'm going to miss doing these Truex Diecast reviews. Maybe somewhere down the road they'll do some NASCAR raced wins from his Furniture Racing days. That'd be so dope. But I'm going to miss doing these Truex reviews. Only got like maybe 1 or 2 of them left from maybe the next gen era. Who knows? Maybe he'll run like 5 more years of part-time starts. I have no idea. Maybe he'll be Mark Martin. Who knows? That's all for now. Diecastbuffet signing off.